Alrighty then, back once again for another reaction. This time it's the Death Battle season finale, Pokemon vs Digimon, which, judging by the title card, is specifically Charizard vs Greymon. Now I am very hyped for this, and I figured it's just as good as any to start getting on the Death Battle train. Now I'm not promising to react to every single Death Battle, just ones that I have a particular investment in for any of the characters. And this one is like my childhood in a video. I'm saying right now that I am more of a Pokemon fanboy than a Digimon fanboy, but they were both cornerstones of my childhood. I really enjoyed them. Charizard and Greymon are fucking awesome creatures, and I don't care who actually wins. I'm here for the spectacle, and hopefully good explanations. And another thing I want to point out is that this will rely on variables, I'm sure. Now, if it's just Greymon versus Charizard in the forms we see in the thumbnail, I reckon it's about an even contest, because as we saw in the percentiles and percentages for the Pokemon Battle Royale, there were quite a few instances which Charizard won the three-way, which implies he did get some victories over Blastoise at some point. And we saw he even managed to put good bite marks into his face and everything in the match that he did lose. So I don't think Greymon's bulk is going to be as much of a problem as people would have assumed it was. I mean, sure, he's got a lot of power, but Charizard has got speed and like flame power and stuff. I think they could go for quite a while, which is what leads me into my second thought, that if their alternate forms are allowed, because they were shown in the preview, you know, like Charizard's X and Y Mega Evolutions, and Greymon's Digivolutions, I'd say Greymon wins that easily, because War Greymon is like the boss. It was the childhood equivalent of jizzed in my pants, and I'm sure many others will agree with me. War Greymon was so awesome. Anyway, that's my prediction, alright. If it's just those two in their base forms, Charizard for a surprise win. But if it's the full spectrum of their powers, a curb stomp for Greymon. That's what I think. Anyway, we won't waste any more time, and we'll just get straight into it.
This episode of Death Battle is brought to you by Lenovo GameState. Before you keep watching, head to LenovoGameState.com.
I'm watching this in Media Player. I cannot.
The way you want it. Just click the link in the description below to get started, and be sure
there is no
to
description.
GameState on social media to spread the word.
Do 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 do.
Since the darkest depths of the human psyche first created monsters, we've dreamed of harnessing their awesome power. Like
Damn right.
His Pokemon Charizard and Ty and his
Both of them.
Agumon.
Oh, I didn't expect the trainers.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win.
Or are they just commanding them? Oh.
Old man who's wasted his life doing God knows what.
The nostalgia.
That you always wanted to catalog every animal in the world, but that would be a lot of work, so you probably would just bribe a kid to do it for you. So began the story of Red, an 11-year-old boy from Pallet Town. Red's mission was to challenge the gym leaders of the Kanto region, defeat the Elite Four to become champion, and of course, capture all 150 currently known Pokemon. To do this, he needed a partner, a companion, a friend, a Pokemon. For obvious reasons, he chose the awesome Fire Dragon.
It wasn't really a tough decision. The thing is, my dad gave me the name Red, hoping that when I grew up, it would help me have the passion and energy of a red-hot fire.
While exploring the world, Red and his Charmander began to grow and learn. Eventually, the little red lizard evolved into the 5'7", 200.
That's a badass way to evolve.
Charizard. Red's Charizard is his go-to Pokemon in battle, and he's taught him a variety of powerful moves.
Okay, they're using Charizard
Hot enough
X.
to melt boulders, making it over 2100 degrees Fahrenheit. He can throw enemies around with seismic toss, beat the shit out of them with Mega Punch and Mega Kick.
Charizard was so awesome in the anime.
Fire spin, never miss stars with Swift, and bring the heat even higher with the ultra-powerful Fire Blast. Being a trained Pokemon, there are dozens of other moves Red may have taught Charizard, including Blast Burn, the
It's
most
the difference
powerful fire attack.
between the Royale and this trainer.
Up lesser animals, Red and Charizard became more than just trainer and Pokemon. They became friends. And in the Pokemon world, a strong bond between trainer and monster can make crazy things happen. In Red's case, he unlocked the power of Mega Evolution. Mega Charizard X gets a major boost in attack, defense, and special attack, making him a far deadlier Pokemon than before. To add even more power, Mega Charizard X gains the Tough Claws ability, increasing the power of contact moves by 33%.
Now I wonder how significant that will be.
Charizard has its own share of problems. Being a fire and flying type, a Charizard is weak to rock, electric, and water type attacks. And if the flame on the tip of Charizard's tail goes out, he dies. Man,
It's a good thing that Greymon is also fire type.
Living in constant fear that, oh, I don't know, you'd get caught in the rain and die?
Might be more of a war of attrition.
A Charizard's tail flame burns so hot, not even water can douse it so easily. However, Charizard's battle strategy relies entirely on Red's decision and direction. Without his trainer, he would be as random and unfocused.
If this was based on manga Red,
Luckily,
there'd be an even bigger
Red's
chance.
Specialty. Red is famous for not just his unbreakable faith in his Pokemon, but also his brilliant and sometimes unorthodox strategies in battle. While still only 11 years old, Red defeated Kanto's 8 gym leaders, took down the criminal organization Team Rocket, and became the regional champion, all in less than a year. He's good, but he's also got one hell of a Pokemon on his side. Charizards are proud warriors. They dislike fighting weaker opponents and really enjoy a challenge.
Yeah, Ash lost the Pokemon League in Season 1 just because Charizard didn't want to fight.
Charizard defeated an Articuno, and both his and Red's claimed victory in one-on-one duels with Blastoise's Blastai? The water turtle that's hard to beat.
Yeah.
Which on
He
paper
beat
should
Gary's
have an
Blastoise as well.
But that's not the limit to the Flame Pokemon's feats. Mega Charizard X has gone toe-to-toe with legendary Pokemon capable of altering the planet, and Reds has even defeated Mewtwo.
I'm gaining more hope for Charizard.
Unknown to man. After becoming the Kanto champion and catching over 150 Pokemon, Red and Charizard wandered the world, always training, always fighting, until eventually they stopped at Mount Silver in Johto. Distancing themselves from the rest of the world for no real reason, Red and Charizard stood atop its peak.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stand here.
Would rise to challenge them.
That made Pokemon Gold and Silver the perfect sequel for the Pokemon games. It was a true sequel. You got to face the previous trainer. Here we go. Refresh my memory on the Greymon line, please.
Fateful summer day in 1995, Tai Kamiya, or Yagami Taichi in Japan, went to camp with his friends. It promised to be a summer of fun and youthful adventures. Then a rainbow hole opened up in the sky, shot Tamagotchis at everybody, and sucked them into cyberspace.
Pretty much.
Well, yeah, basically. When Tai woke up, he discovered he'd been transported to the digital world, where he met a bouncing pink blob that can talk.
You don't need to be afraid of me. I'm your friend. I'm your friend.
I'm your friend.
Man, this show is weird. That's Koromon, a Digimon specifically created to be Tai's partner and friend. And to protect Tai from harm,
I always used to think that bug monster was cool.
Becoming the fire lizard Agumon. That's more like it. Agumon is a rookie-level Digimon with deadly claws and a fire attack called Pepper Breath. Together with the other Digidestined, Tai and Agumon traverse the digital world, bringing balance to the chaos and destruction caused by
Leomon!
diabolical monsters, including an Elvis Presley impersonator who was also a monkey.
Now, let's get
Yeah,
straight, sonny boy.
this show was kinda weird.
You jabs make me happy.
Man, how high were they when they wrote this thing? As their opponents
I don't know, but it was
became
great.
more powerful, so did the friendship between Tai and Agumon. As their bond grew, so did their power, and Agumon soon learned.
Oh yeah, I
how to
remember that
evolve
creature.
Even further. First up is his champion form, Greymon.
Do, 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 do. Do, do. I think I got up to the series where they were using the mega forms. Something like Mega Kabutemon or something.
Unlike Agumon, who can still pull off the whole cute and cuddly mascot thing, Greymon is 2 terrifying stories tall and way more powerful.
I loved his design so much. I had a plushie and everything.
He is more than capable of trumping other champion level opponents in combat, especially with his trademark attack, Nova Blast. Next up,
He even had cool attack names. I had a toy of him and it was awesome.
Metal Greymon also wears layers of chrome Digizoid armor, the hardest metal in the digital world. Since the digital world is based on the real world, all real-life metals can exist in it as well, making chrome Digizoid tougher than the likes of tungsten, steel, and titanium. And finally, there's Agumon's Mega Level, War Greymon. Though
Awesome.
It's a lot shorter than Metal Greymon for some reason, but it's a small package with a lot of punch. Quite literally, in fact. War
That was an
Greymon
awesome
wears 2
movie.
clawed gauntlets called the Greymon Destroyers, weapons which are extremely deadly against draconic foes. To add to his defense, he carries the Brave Shield on his back, which is capable of blocking attacks from other Mega-level Digimon. We've come a long way from the annoying pink blob.
Yeah, I know, right?
Ultimate attack is the Terra Force, where he puts all the energy from the atmosphere into a big ball of total
So, Spirit Bomb.
God damn, that is some Dragon Ball Z shit right there.
Yeah.
Don't overestimate a Digimon's power. The Agumon line is weak to Earth Elemental attacks, and too much damage may exhaust him and force him back to a prior form.
Yeah,
Also,
that's
while
what might
Agumon
work
and his Sonic
against
forms
him.
can fight and think alone, his power comes directly from Tai. Without their connection, Digievolution would be impossible. Yeah,
I also
Tai
wonder, would
started out as
Charizard
kind of
consider
a selfish
Agumon
dick.
not
He
worthy
even
to
tried
fight
trick
and
Greymon
give
into
up?
Digivolving further, which ended in a skeletal monstrosity
We
rampage.
might get a bit of a
Well, he
fake out
never
ending.
wanted to come off that way, but sometimes Tai was just too courageous for his own good. And for those around him. Even as a child, his courage was unprecedented, promoting his strong relationship with Digimon in the first place.
Haha, baby Kari was so adorable.
Over time, he learned the humility and responsibility necessary to successfully lead the Digidestined against Apoclymon, basically the physical embodiment of the recycle bin, and save both the digital and real worlds from being deleted forever. And with the universe saved, they donned suits to become UN diplomats to the digital
Of
world.
course.
Drugs, man.
Drugs. The soundtrack as well was amazing. Get digital. Oh, fantastic. Alright. So before we get into this very good recap for both of these, showed why they're awesome, and pretty much solidifies my prediction of Charizard might edge it if it's just them, but obviously that's not going to happen, is it? We're transforming. Greymon's got it. But if Charizard is to win, it will be probably because he goes back down to Agumon, and obviously smaller and weaker than Charizard, but that could also go the opposite way, as in Charizard thinks it's not worth fighting anymore, and he just gives up. That can happen. You know, Charizard's unpredictable like that. We'll have to see. Off we go.
Alright, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all. But first, we've got a mission for you.
I refuse your mission.
Hey! Do you want to make a video game?
No.
Well, then we have a mission for you. Lenovo.
You don't listen very well, do you?
AAA developers with the Lenovo Y series computers. They're making a 3D sci-fi tower defense game based on your suggestions and feedback. Your mission is to click the link in the description to go to LenovoGameState.com and leave comments on the tile Mission 2: Defend Your Territory. Leave your comments, questions, and suggestions to influence the direction of the game. Once you're done,
Porn
be sure
everywhere,
to spread the word
please.
on social media using the hashtag GameState. Let's build a game together with dragons or whatever you want. But right now, it's time for a death battle.
Indeed. Here we go. Huh.
There's nothing better than a campfire and a golden, delicious.
That's a good
marshmallow.
Agumon voice. Ah, it's a Pokemon!
That Pokemon.
It's Pikachu.
You killed my marshmallow.
Oh no.
You can talk? You must be really rare.
Hey, Agumon, I got some.
I choose you, Charizard.
Okay.
I love how Ty doesn't even know what's going on.
Okay, buddy, go for it.
Pepper breath.
It's not very effective. You're gonna have to rely on your Metal Greymon form, I think. Okay, so he will fight Agumon. That's interesting. I suppose Ash's Charizard isn't the same as Red's Charizard. That might be a mistake on my part.
Agumon! Okay, buddy, let's kick this up a notch.
Alright, now it's a contest. I imagine his physical strength will come into play here. Oh, that's a cool voice.
Let's try.
Mega Punch.
Yeah, here we go. He's a lot bigger than I expected as well. I haven't seen Digimon in over a decade.
That's it.
Flamethrower.
Okay, yeah. Uh-oh.
Got him on the run. Turn up the heat.
It should still be not very effective. Oh, Fire Blast! Great. Rapid Fire.
Aim above his head. Rock smash.
Oh, that's cool. Experienced trainer using the environment. Ah, nice.
Charizard.
Nova Blast.
No.
Huh, I guess that's that.
It's not over yet.
Here.
Even Charizard.
But because Charizard is transforming first, he's gonna lose.
Whoa!
I think War Greymon is gonna win.
This is Mega Evolution. Let's go, Mega Charizard. Dragon Claw. Flare Blitz.
Rawr!
Agumon, no!
There you go, yeah.
Warp Digivolve 2.
Yeah, they skipped over the first metal stage.
War Greymon.
Yeah, War Greymon's got this.
What? It evolved again?
Yeah! Now you'll see what a real Mega Form can do.
Charizard, take him out quick.
Oh, I loved the tornado.
Fire Blast. Dragon Claw.
I'm sorry, but War Greymon just outclasses him. We all knew this was going to happen as well. At least I hope we did.
That's it. Set him up. Perfect. Charizard, Blast Burn.
Seems like we're getting some good strategy
supposed to fight?
Call off your dragon!
My turn.
Yeah, that's what I was waiting for. The claws just stabbing him. I knew that was how he was gonna win.
Look out!
Oh, jeez. Charizard, you okay?
That's dark. He's like 10. Oh, you fought well, my friend.
That was rough.
Yeah,
Ow! My childhood. Charizard
I know,
started
right?
off with a mobility and versatility advantage, but the difference in power between the two only grew as the battle went on.
yeah, exactly.
First, when comparing the trainers, Red's bond with Charizard was strong enough to Mega Evolve, but like most Pokemon, their relationship is still one of master and, well... Slave! Come on, you know it's true. I know there's the bond of friendship and whatever, but when
There were several slave owners who were friends with their black staff. It is true.
Agumon, on the other hand, are best friends on equal footing, and Agumon's fighting power comes directly from Tai. Yeah, these kids were called the Digi-Destined for a reason, and together they had enough power to stop an attack which could have wiped out both the digital and real worlds. And this is the power Agumon's using to Digivolve. Charizard's flame could melt boulders, but that's hardly comparable to Chrome Digizord armor. Hell,
Yeah.
Greymon alone is officially documented as possessing the power of a nuclear warhead. And War Greymon has weapons specifically designed to kill dragons. Honestly, it all comes
He
down
did his
to
job
a
then.
huge difference between Pokemon and Digimon itself. The escalation of evolution. Pokemon evolution improves monsters in increments, whereas the gap between Digimon forms is often massive and quite frankly absurd. In the end, Red and Charizard couldn't even hope for as much as a tie. The winner is the
I think you had to
Digimon.
stretch for that pun.
Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'm Chad. I play Boomstick. I'm Thor. I'm 3D animated. And I'm Ben. I play Wiz. You're so like nonchalant, like I'm 3D. I do just to animate this cool stuff.
I'm just surprised I'm still up.
I just killed Charizard.
You're the worst.
You're the worst.
Blame him. Thank you guys so much for all of your
No,
support
thank
throughout
you
the
for
season.
making
It's been
that.
Crazy. Thanks for watching this awesome Season 2 finale. We're going to be out just for like a couple months. We'll be coming back with a Season 3 in March. But for the meantime, we want this guy to get some sleep. He works way too hard. You wanna try-
Yeah,
use that time to get ahead.
good job.
We've got a lot of great stuff planned for Season 3. If you want to keep up with us during the break, you can follow us on our own social media as well as follow at
No
on
thanks.
Twitter or Official SA on Facebook, and we'll let you guys know the exact date when Death Battle's coming back. Speaking of social media, we've also got our voice actors, social media in the description below. You can check that out. And one of them, Nate Wants to Battle. You may have heard of him.
Alright, I don't think there's anything else left. Okay. You know, you never know. I was just waiting and waiting. No, I don't think anything was going to come up. I thought they might have given us a teaser for what the Season 3 premiere might have been, but... Wow, so it pretty much went as I expected. Charizard was doing well against the first two forms, but the edge started to show. And the fact that he transformed first and he went straight to War Greymon, he's going to do it, isn't he? He's just going to cut him up like we expected. And that is what happened. Fantastic strategy from Red, but in the end, it's a Hawkeye Green Arrow situation. Charizard may have had the versatility, but he didn't have the strength of the opposing party, and that was the ultimate difference. So yeah, I totally agree with this outcome. I'm really sad that any of them had to lose this because they're both awesome. But I agree with it. There's nothing wrong with this result. And you're pretty much a fanboy if you disagree. I mean, I prefer Pokemon much more than Digimon. I have so much more memory attached to it. I still have my figures. I still have my shiny cards. I have my games. Come on. If there's anyone who should be butthurt about this, it's me. But I'm not, because I can totally see the simple logic behind this. Anyway, that was very good Death Battle, and I will see you in the next one, if it ever happens.